Hey artpreneurs, it's Amy from Amy Parker Art, and I teach you how to make money with your art. So I really wanted to pop on because I miss you like I usually do. I got to see you a couple times a week. And I really wanted to talk about organizing, like organizing in your business, like organizing your work week. Just give me a moment to do a couple little techie things as I usually do. So hello everyone. Let me know when you jump on and where you are watching from. I would love to know. And I'm just trying to grab our video here so that I can send it out to my text. If you're not on my text yet, I'm having a glitch with my computer. But if you're not on my text list, go ahead and text me so you can get on the list at 603. No, I'm sorry. That's my cell number. My text number is 207-230-6018. I guess I'm just going to grab my business page link to put on my community. Copy. Because my computer seems to be a little frozen. Whoopsie. So, hello, Gloria. Thanks for being here. Hopefully, if I refresh, I can see you all. We'll try this again. So I was talking to my friend Michelle, and I know I hear a lot of this inside of my membership, inside of Creative Warriors, on how, we struggle with organization. Being creatives, I mean, I know I do. So let me know if that sounds like you. But that's like one of the goals for myself, right? Let me know if that's a goal for you to kind of like organize and get things like a little more structured. But I'm not talking about too structured because you know me, I'm kind of like fly by the seat of my pants. And sometimes life takes over, right? I mean, it's going to. We're going to have family stuff going on and something's going to come up. And, sometimes when we like, structure something out and then something like that happens, it's like, oh, great. Oh, darn. I just like screwed everything up. So whatever, this thing doesn't work. So we need to just understand that that's just life. And sometimes that does happen, right? But I am hoping that, I'm hoping even if you're watching the recording of this, go ahead and let me know what it is particularly that you struggle with organization, with your art business, whether you're just like, creating your art and you're doing like, one-off sales, or maybe you're even building your business further. There's so many ways, like, I teach in Creative Warriors, all kinds of different ways that you can sell your artwork. And then I do have some members in there that are even going beyond that, like that want to do a membership, want to do subscriptions, things like that. So whatever it is that you do with your art business, let me know what it is particularly that you struggle with organization. I really, really would like to know. I know me, it's like numbers, right? So I'm getting a system down for that. I actually have a system down for that. But it like scares me because numbers is like not my specialty, but we need to know numbers in our business. So that's, like I said, it's not like my biggest skill set, but it is something I'm interested in seeing, the numbers. Like I need to know those. But after talking to my friend Michelle, one of my BFs, my business buddies, I realized that, dang, I am a lot more organized than I thought that I was. And I know I'm always like, oh, I just fly by the seat of my pants, which I do sometimes. Meaning, when I say that a lot, I'm meaning like I go ahead and take action. Sometimes I, just make quick decisions like that. And I mean, I think that's good because I think that we need to take, obviously, action in our businesses. But I'm curious because I want to design something for you. if this works, because I'm only going to always teach you and show you and walk you through step by step on stuff that works for me. But after talking to my friend Michelle, and we love to, brainstorm and have conversations and help each other out. We all should have an accountability buddy, by the way. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's so hard to be in the hamster wheel sometime and to be doing all the things. And it's like, after talking to her, I realized that, hey, I'm way more structured than I thought that I was. So it was a nice surprise. And I don't want to give away too much because I actually want to structure something for you that we can all do together. That will help you out. That will help you out with your organization. Gloria says, my art supplies have invaded the whole house. Time to contain everything to my art room. Oh my gosh, Gloria, you're not alone. We're like that too. Who was it? One of my creative warriors asked, how they organize their tube paints. I can't remember if it was Karen or maybe it was Jane. Please forgive me, ladies, if I call out the wrong name. But I know that, we gave her some screenshots and everybody wrote in, gave her some ideas on how to organize. Oh, maybe it was Gail. Maybe it was, no, it was Linda. Oh my gosh. Total, mind cramp right now. But anyway, we all help each other out in there like that. And then, I just know that so many of you do struggle with the organization thing. It's like, we need more time. We need more structure and try and wear all the hats and fit everything in, right? Whether if we're just creating and want to be get so many pieces done, or whether we're trying to do social media, or we're trying to, hello, Cheryl, whether we're trying to do website, if we have our website, which you don't need a website, by the way, to sell your paintings online organically. I did that for years without a website, and I seriously don't even make most of my sales from my website. But of course, it's great to have if you have one. If not, don't freak out. You really don't even have to be that techie, right, to start your online art business. Now, and of course, I teach you all these things inside of Creative Warriors. And I give you little tidbits and stuff like that when we do challenges and workshops and fun stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to know where you struggle with the most with organizing your work day or week. I don't know why that is telling me that it's going to, hold on a second. I really apologize. I got to plug my phone in. I thought it was plugged in. Give me a moment. Ding, ding, ding. It's showing that. Oh, maybe it's not. Here I am thinking that I got all the things ready, but something always happens. But that's just life. Now I see my little lightning bolt. Okie dokie. Yeah, let me just look at my notes. I've been writing a ton of notes today. Really been brainstorming this because I think this is something that we really could use. Well, I know you could use if you're stressed out and because you don't really have a whole lot of organization. And I'm not the kind of person that's going to teach you how to be completely particular and keep you in this little box and you got to do this time and you got to do this time. I don't work that way. If that's the way your brain works, then, whatever I develop here in the near future for you probably wouldn't be for you, because I'm all about, let's try and get things done in the best way possible, in the easiest way possible. And, we all have the same amount of time in a day. And we're all different. So we need to figure out how to structure our time so that we can be balanced with work and with creating. Hello. How many of us forget to put that on the schedule? If we need to be creating our art, right? It's like I've got some more pieces down here. I was going to go in my collectors group and show some pieces tonight. But yeah, we definitely have to have that on the list. But I don't want you to feel like you need to be completely 100% structured. If we think like that, we're never going to get anything done. At least I won't, because like, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I do this right at this time and do this and blah 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 blah. So let me see what Cheryl's saying. I love all that you do. I'm not just there yet, but I like listening to your strategies. Sorry, off to bed now for me. No problem, Cheryl. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good night, honey. Thanks for catching me. So, even if you are watching the recording of this, we got Cheryl here and we've got Gloria here. So thank you so much for popping on. Gloria, did you get my text message I sent out? Just curious. Or Cheryl. Cheryl, are you even on my list? Let me see. Because I was having a little glitch this past week with that. So, and I don't think I got it. And I'm on my own list. Oh, Gloria, thank you. She said yes. Yay. I don't know why I didn't get it, but I'm glad you did. Wonderful. Good news. Good news. Good, Cheryl. I'm glad that you like to listen to my strategies because I'm not like perfect, but I like to get things done, and I like to help you, obviously, with what I can help you with. So, one thing that I will tell you right now, which has helped me, I don't know if you already do this, is to make vision boards, and we are like creative, right? So we like to do that kind of stuff. But make a vision board for, not just your life, right? But for business, because we're talking about business, being an artpreneur right now. And yes, you can put some family stuff in there too. I mean, it's your vision board. Do whatever you want. But I can think back. Oh, Gail, thank you so much. Gail said she got the text. Boop, boop. But I can think back through the years. Because, literally I've been making vision boards, since they were like, since I first heard of them, probably like 25 years ago. I don't know. I'm sure people have been doing this from the beginning of time, but maybe with like sticks and rocks or whatever. Now we do it with like paint or cutting out from magazines, or I even created one on Canva. If you're techie to go on Canva, you could even create one there. But I think having like something visual like that is pretty cool. Because it, when you see that every day, at least for me, because I think back on some of my vision boards, and I remember having like a picture of like a paint party on a vision board before. This was years ago. And that was before, like years back before I even did that. And then when I looked ahead, like the year later, I was looking at my vision board like every day, but then like a year later, I'm looking at it, it's like, oh my gosh, I did that. I'm doing that. And I had like a regular spot to do my parties, and I was making money doing it. And there were other things on there too, like I had like money goals and whatever. We need to be careful with that though, because it's like when we like, of course, it's like, oh, what do I want to make? Okay, this is what I want to make, and put it on there. I'm not saying don't dream big, because I'm a big dreamer, trust me. But but I think that it's easiest to put goals that are like, we feel like are a little outside of like what we feel like we can reach, because we need to stretch and we need to reach for it. But, something that you really can believe in. If you really can believe that you can, make XYZ, then go ahead and write it down and stick it on your vision board. I believe we all can get to where we want if we stay focused and we have a plan of action, because we have to take some action. And some of us will reach our goals quicker. And, some might take a little longer depending what it is and how much belief we have in ourselves and, what paths we take and things like that. I don't want to get too off subject because we talk about a lot of this stuff inside of the membership. But yeah, organization I'm talking about right now. And I'm not going to give everything away because, like I said, I think I'm going to put this in a little pretty package for you. What I'm already discovering after speaking with Michelle and brainstorming and doing all of this, like going over things that I've already been doing that work. And just because I'm an artist and visual, and I'm going to be turning this all into like a nice, easy, not cluttery, not confusing, but easy to do, easy actionable steps, and ones that I'm not going to freak out if I have to change my path, if a family thing comes up or something like that, because I know I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I really want to mention this again, that once you have like some sort of organization for all of your tasks, I'm mostly talking art business here, being an entrepreneur, but it also goes along with painting and creating. When life throws us a curveball, we can't be like, oh my God, forget it. That just doesn't work, because that's just how life is. It's always going to be throwing us a curveball. So we need to just be like, oh, tomorrow's a new day, and I'm going to get back to that plan I had set. But I'm excited because I'm setting this up so that it's going to be as fun as possible and as easy as possible, because we wear all the hats, right? Especially doing an online business. So maybe you're like me, and like years ago when I first started selling online, and I'm painting and doing my one-off sales, or I'm painting, I'm doing an auction, or doing an art show or something like that. I didn't have a website. I didn't know any techie things, really. I knew how to make a post and a couple little things. But now we got all kinds of stuff going on, right? We got all kinds of stuff to learn and try out. And, we got reels, and we have, stories, and we have this group and that group, and, this social media and that social media. So I guess I really want to know from you, like, what do you feel overwhelmed by? What do you feel like is like, oh my gosh, I can't keep running in the hamster wheel? Like, what is it that's really bugging you as far as like organization, if it's making you feel like you're not organized? Because I really want to help you with that. Like I said, I got a bunch of brainstorming I wrote down already, and I'm already seeing how I am a lot more organized than I thought that I was. So I'm going to make some visual things, because I'm visual, to help with that. So it's easier for me to see and know that, hey, look, I want to give you a tip, right? If you're like me, you love to write lists, and I want to challenge you to write an accomplishment list as much as you possibly can. I'm not going to say you need to do it every single day, but I like to do that, even if it's like a few things on my list. I accomplished X, Y, Z, because writing down and crossing off, it like makes us feel good. It makes us feel like, hey, we are in control here, and we are taking steps towards our goals. Jane says, poor reception tonight, but I might be able to catch the recording. Awesome, Jane. Sorry about your reception. I know, you know what? One of my friends, because I had my accountability meeting today, and one of my accountability team members, she used to have pretty yucky reception, but I gotta reach out and ask her again what she said that she got, because she was coming in crystal clear tonight and she was all excited. So I'm gonna have to reach out and ask her what that was, so I can get back to you on that, Jane. Maybe it's something I didn't brainstorm with you already. I don't know. I know I did a little brainstorming about that, but I'm writing myself a note, Jane. So I'm going to ask Julie what she got. That's okay, Gloria. You go ahead and you go do what you got to do. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, because I want us all to feel like we're getting stuff accomplished, right? That we're moving forward in our business. I want to help you like cut through some of that confusion by we'll do a couple visual things, right? This is just I'm just talking like what's in my brain because I really think that a lot of us struggle with this. I know we do because I hear it inside of the membership. And then I'd like to structure something up that's going to be like fun and easy as possible, and that more than one of you can use. Like all of you who come and join in for this will be able to kind of structure it for yourself. And kind of because some of us are further along than others are. Some of us have been selling for years. Some of us just started. Maybe you're doing art classes. Maybe you're doing art shows. Maybe you're doing one-off sales. Maybe you're doing commissions. I don't know what it is, right? There's so many different ways of being creative and working online as an artist. Okay, I was just checking, making sure that I didn't miss anything. Just reading my little side notes here. You can ask me anything you want, by the way. If I can answer it, I sure will. Hello, Andrea. Andrea, I was gonna jump in my group tonight to like show some paintings. But I don't know if I'm gonna make it in there tonight or not. I might be in there maybe tomorrow or sometime soon. But here's a couple, Andrea, because I know Andrea is one of my art customers. Plus, she likes to get creative too. But as you've seen, if you're inside of my collectors group, my art lovers, you've probably seen that I've started to post a little bit more in there, and I plan on doing some auctions coming up real soon, and I'm going to plan an art show as well. But yeah, so this is like what I'm talking about, things that we want to plan and do and stuff like that, right? We need like day-to-day stuff that we always do, and that we need to do to keep moving forward in our business. And then things like this, like if I want to do an art show, then I'm going to schedule it. I'm going to look at my calendar, figure out where I can do it, where it's good for everybody, and then just start working on that. Not having a car has been a big obstacle. I'm getting close to getting one. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I've been without a car before, and that can be. Not so much now in these day and age, for me anyway, because I work from home, and I don't even like driving. So I was like, fine, that's totally fine. But yeah, Gloria, I feel your pain, girl. I do. I can't wait for you to get one. That'll be awesome. Awesome. But you have to go out to work, right, Gloria? Because I know you're working. And then you come home and do your painting, right? So I'm rooting for you, Gloria. I hope you get a good one. As long as it gets you from point A to point B, you're good. But working online at home, right, from your own home studio, Gloria says yes. So she works outside of the home. Plus she does some painting in her home studio. You can do, a side hustle like that. You don't have to do it full time. And when I first started out, that's what I did. I just kind of built it up. It built up faster than I thought it would, which was pretty awesome and a nice surprise. But yeah, sometimes it takes a little while to build it up. But that's why I wanted to talk about like organizing and kind of structuring, but not too I kind of use that word loosely because I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, Amy's going to teach me how to do this and I have to do this and no, I'm just going to like go through and give you a bunch of ideas. I will have you do some stuff, but it will be fun stuff that you will realize about yourself. So it'll hopefully help you see your business in a different light and see what you are doing correctly and what things that you want to put in and stuff like that. But yeah, I was hoping to just get some feedback from you all on as far as organization. And I know Gloria was talking about her paints being all over the place. And I'm not just talking about art supplies, but I'm talking about online business, online creative business, like organizing. Like I'm using Trello. I don't even know if you know what Trello is. Some of you may not. So I just started using Trello just a few months ago, but I really like it. It's really helping me to organize. You know me, I jot down stuff all the time, and I've got notebooks upon notebooks, which really helps me to get stuff out of my brain and brainstorm and think. But if I rely just on this, I'm going to lose it. It's going to go somewhere, or, the dog will eat it. I don't know. Laura, hello, popping in, but it's Monday Night Football, listening, but watching the game too. Oh, who is your team, Laura? Who is your team? That's cool. I never really got into football, but I used to be a cheerleader in high school. Yes, organizing is important. And I'm super pumped up that, Michelle helped me realize, and just looking back, it's like thinking about all the things that I've done and like I have more systems than I thought I had. Go Cowboys! Woo, woo. That's great. Let me see if there's anything else I forgot to jump out. Let's see. So I wanted to talk to you about vision boards because we are visual. So I threw that out there earlier in the conversation, but I just want to mention it again. I mean, you're an artist, right? You easily can, and if you're one of my art lovers, you can still do this for yourself. Just cut out some pictures from magazines or whatever, or go onto Canva and just throw in some cute graphics of things that you want to reach for the stars. And yeah, it's good to have some sort of visual for your business. And write your accomplishment list, okay? It's okay to write our to-do list, but write an accomplishment list as well, because it makes us feel wonderful, and then we can see that we are actually accomplishing things, and it really is a great feeling. It helps to keep us in a good mood and feeling like we're doing the right thing and all that. And you don't have to be perfect. I'm not. So you definitely do not have to be perfect. Don't think that way, because that can be a real crusher or make us feel pretty bad. Writing to-do lists, though, I do want to tell you that I usually write 3 things. And most of the time I get way more done than that. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. But I'm just saying, usually I try and write at least 3 things and at the beginning of the day. And try and do the one that I don't like the most first. Because then the other 2 are like, oh, okay, that's no problem. So I'm just throwing out like a couple things that work for me that might be able to help you. And as far as organizing your paints and all that, Gloria, yeah, don't feel bad. Like when I'm in that mode, I've got stuff everywhere too. I have, well, I don't even know if you can see, probably can't see. No, it's too dark in the closet. But I have little caddies that I have my tube paints in that I just pull down. And when I'm really feeling the organization bug, as far as art supplies go, I'll actually organize my tube paints by color, like from the color wheel. I know, I can get like kind of crazy like that. But hey, you don't have to do that. You can just throw them in a little caddy. It doesn't even have to be a caddy. It could just be like a bin or whatever. Of course, the bottle paints are so much easier to just kind of stack those up. Laura says, learning to multitask with everything. I'm a list maker as well. Yeah, you and I are like the same. In multitask, right. Yes, I'm going to write that down. thanks for saying that, Laura, because I want to hear what you all are struggling with as far as organizing. So thank you, Laura. Multitask. And I'm going to put Gloria with the supplies. And lists are good. Yeah, lists are good. But we don't want to write so many lists, like we have to do this and we have to do that, that we feel like we can't do it all. Because we're in this to get stuff done. Okay. Go ahead and you can just go ahead and type in, like I said, even if you're watching the recording of this, what you are struggling with organization. You know, is it is it like your art studio, like Gloria was talking about? Is it how to multitask, like Laura was talking about? Is it particular things like organizing, you know, income and expense forms, or organizing your content for social media, or organizing, I mean, there's just so many darn things. Organizing what you want to paint, or what you need to do for an art show, or, you know, organizing your desk setup, not just like physical stuff. It can be physical stuff, but it could be, you know, some techie things as well. Or it could just be like time frames, right? Because I'm not the kind of person, I don't know about you, but I'm not the kind of person that will be like, okay, at 10:15, I'm going to do this until 10:30. Some things we do have to have organized. Like, well, I have specific meetings every week that I go to for my business, that I need to be present for, with my mini tribe and with the memberships that I'm in, with business things and stuff like that. Also for my own creative warriors, I have specific things that I do for them that I need to be there for every day and time that I say I'm going to do that. And not once have I missed that for them. And, you know, will I sometime in the future? I hope not. But like if something comes up, they will understand if I have to switch it around. But I mean, it's been forever and ever this way. So there's some things that we can organize. There's some things that we, you know, some things have a time schedule, a set day and time, and some things can be moved around a little bit. You know, we have to do all kinds of things for our business. We have to learn, we have to implement, we have to do social stuff when we're online. Some of us have websites. Some of us use other websites like Etsy, eBay, things like that to sell our art. I mean, you know, the list goes on. So if anything here that I talked about tonight, like rings a bell with you, or you're like, yes, I want to get out of the hamster wheel. You know, all this time I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I can just wear all these hats. Like I can't, it's hard to do all these things, right? I got to wear this hat and that hat and this hat and that hat. But thinking about it and reflecting the past few days, I really realized that, hey, I do have a pretty good system already on how I'm wearing my hats. And very excited because I did hire my first VA on a regular basis. So yay for that. So I'm happy about that. You might not be at that level yet, which is totally fine. It took me a long time to get there. I have hired a couple of the people in the past too, like to do like specific jobs for me here and there, just a few different times. But for the most part, I'm the one wearing all the hats. So there is, like I said, there's only so much time in a day. Obviously, we all have the same amount of time in one day. But some of us have more time to utilize than others. Like Gloria's working another job, so she can't like put 100% of her time into her art business. She has to focus on work too. So you may be like that. But whatever the case may be, I'm really excited because I'm realizing that, I do have a lot in my brain and what I've learned by wearing all the hats and doing my own art business, plus running my online business for my membership and things like that. I've learned some pretty cool things. Let's see, Gloria says, I think I need an accountant or accountability buddy. Accountability buddy, that's what I call them. Preferably local. So if you're talking about an accountability buddy, that would be wonderful, because yes, we all need one of those. I have, like I said, my mini tribe. There's 10 of us. They are amazing, amazing women. And I think, if I didn't have them, I don't even know. Like, they are so awesome. And most of you, if you follow me, you know some of my really close mini tribers. Okay, so Gloria says yes. So yeah, I mean, definitely you can reach out and find someone. They don't have to be local, especially if you're doing an online business. But local is pretty awesome. My friend Cheryl, who is in my mini tribe, she lives in Massachusetts. So I'm in New Hampshire. She's in Massachusetts. And my friend Brenda, who is in my mini tribe, she actually lives in New Hampshire. But she actually lives way, way far up, quite a few hours away from me. But, I have met up with Cheryl a few times. And Brenda and I met actually when we went to Melbourne, Florida, and we had our business retreat together, where we all got together last year, which was pretty cool. But yeah, it would be great, Gloria, if you could find someone local. So like my other mini tribers are all over the place. Like, I'm jealous of Michelle because she's in Florida, and that's totally where I want to be, at least for the winter time. But yeah, we meet every single week. We meet every single week face to face on a Zoom meeting, and it is like magic. So yes, having an accountability buddy is really important. And I do encourage this for my creative warriors inside of the membership. And I know that they help each other out like swimmingly. It's great. They're all hanging out together and helping each other. It's wonderful. And some of them are very connected, right? And that's how I met most of my mini tribers, through courses that I've taken or other memberships that I was in, things like that. So if I end up putting together this organization brainstorm idea for you, depending on who comes to that, I mean, you could even, you never know, Gloria, you could meet someone in there. Or if you really have your heart set on someone local, then I would go to look around your local area. What's available? Do they have art classes that you can go and take? Can you get into an art association? I've been thinking about joining mine again, or maybe even the Boston one, because Boston is not far from me. But I can only do so many things wearing all the hats, right? But I did love being in my art association. So there's another thing that you could do, because you can meet people that way locally. Also, Gloria, if you do, because I know I teach you how to do online art shows and online as much as possible, but I mean, I'm not knocking in person either. And you can build your online business by doing in-person things, right? So even if you did an arts and crafts show, then you can meet other vendors. And, so obviously if it's a local show, then you can meet other locals that are like-minded. Yes, I'm sure it will, Gloria. I'm sure it will. And I got my fingers crossed for you that everything will work out and you will have wheels soon. That will take a load off your mind for sure. Okay, I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna try and hop into my collectors group real quick. And I don't know, it's like 9:10 here. I know I'm on the East Coast, so not sure what time everybody else has right now, but I don't know if it's too late for them or not. Well, whatever. Maybe I'll just fly by the seat of my pants and try it. Okay. I hope that I've helped you out brainstorming a little bit, organizing a little bit. I know we talked about art supplies briefly, which I keep my paints, tube paints and caddies. Just recapping real quick. I really want to put together something for you of what I've learned along the way being a business owner and doing all the things, running in the hamster wheel and wearing all the hats. Because looking back, which Michelle has helped me to reflect on, I can see that I actually have a structure. Even though I am, kind of carefree, down to earth, just whatever, I still have a structure. I'm not a completely structured person, so don't get me wrong there. But if that's you and you're like, oh, I'd like to have some sort of structure, some sort of system that works, then I'm thinking about putting something together to show you what things have worked for me. More, particularly so that we can kind of put that together for you. So I gave you a couple of tips, right? One was like vision boards, because if you're an artist watching me, you're visual, you're creative. So make a vision board for your business, right? It's so fun to make them for family and for life in general, which is great, and we should. But make one for business. Like I told you how I made years and years ago, one of my vision boards had a paint party in it, in-person paint party. And then, a year later, I'm looking at my vision board, even though I looked at it every day, but then I looked at it differently that day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally have been doing this. I got this thing down. so just having like a vision board sometimes helps that vision to realize. So we talked about that. We talked about like writing lists, and you're welcome, Gloria. Writing lists, and lists are good and all that, but don't overwhelm yourself with the lists. You can go ahead and brainstorm and write as much as you want, but remember now, you're one person trying to do all the things, right? So if you want to take my tip about how I said I try and write 3 things down a day. Sometimes I get a lot more than that done, but 3 things, because if you can write those 3 things for your to-do task list and start on the one that you don't like as much first, the other 2 will be easier. So that was another little tip, just recapping what we went over tonight. And let me see if I missed anything for the recap. Probably, because, I get squirrel moments. Oh, and the accomplishment. Yeah. And other than writing your 3 things for your to-do list, make sure you write an accomplishment list. You can even start off your day by writing an accomplishment list. Like, oh, yesterday you get your coffee and you're like, yesterday I did da-da-da-da-da. Yay! You don't have to wait till the end of the day to be like, oh my God, I accomplished something. You literally can do it right now. You can think back, you can write it down and cross it off your list. Jane says, I got a bit better reception on my phone. Structure is difficult. Life and my ideas are always changing. Tell me about it. I know. I do lists and have so many and lose them. Yep. I remember I was talking about that too. It was like, Jane, oh my gosh. We're all like so connected that way. Because yes, I write in like, if you could see like inside down there in the back of me in the closet, I don't know, I got probably like 50 notebooks. That's why I was saying, like, it's okay if we write stuff down too, and we need to, because it helps us to think about it. It helps us to get it out of our head. It helps us to be like, oh yeah. It makes us feel good, right? And gives us these wonderful ideas. But especially if we're writing down important things, you know, that we don't want to lose. I'm like you too, Jane. I would probably lose it. Or like I was saying earlier, the dog might accidentally eat it or something. But Trello, if you're familiar with that, is a wonderful, wonderful app that I've been using. Well, I mean, I learned about it maybe a couple of years ago, but I've really been using it for like the past few months, and I really like it. And so that's digital, something you can do online. It is free too. Like there's a paid version, but you can just do the free version. And if you're not sure how to do that, don't stress. It's not like you have to do all these things I'm saying, but I'm really hoping to put something together for you, like I said, so that we can kind of have a little structure and a little organization and a little plan and some vision. Hello, Madeline. Thanks for coming on. All right, so I'm gonna run now. I hope that all of you have a wonderful night. I hope that the Cowboys win, Laura. And I hope you get your car soon, Gloria. That would be great. And Cheryl, I know she's gonna watch tomorrow because it was her bedtime. It's pretty much my bedtime too. I'm like, I can't even believe that I'm on this late because usually I'm in bed. But yeah, if anybody watches Survivor like me, yay! The one that just came out this week, I'm loving already. I think it's going to be a good season. So we'll have to talk about that too if you're on the Survivor train. All right, love you all. See you very soon. Bye-bye.